This week in the studio, I'm taking you behind the scenes of two exciting events. Firstly, the chaos of last-minute preparation for my fall shop update, and the big launch day where I will be making everything live in the shop at the same time as trying to look after a toddler. So there's a challenge. Then you'll hear all about how the launch went before I dive straight into getting ready for the Super Seconds Festival happening this weekend. I'll be getting everything ready and you can see exactly what items, including seconds, samples and end-of-line items, will be in the sale. It is a busy one in the life of a small business owner this week. Hi everyone and welcome to a brand new studio vlog. For those of you joining me for the first time, my name is Emma and I run Sunshine Lane, which is all about creating goodies that spread positivity and encourage self-care. And it is another busy vlog, aren't they all at the minute, because I am preparing for two big events. The first one being tomorrow's shop update. It is now Friday as I'm filming this, and my autumn shop update is coming tomorrow. And I'm launching new t-shirts and sweatshirts, bookmarks, a new tote bag, a new pin, a new key ring, some seasonal stickers and a new journaling kit. So quite a lot. I think there's 17 items in total. And then next weekend, so the 4th and 5th of October, I think I might have accidentally said September in the last vlog, but the 4th and 5th of October, I'm taking part in the Super Seconds Festival. So I am super busy getting things ready for the shop update, and then I need to count all my second stock and stuff and make sure that I'm telling people that I'm taking part and what I've got available. So it's a busy couple of weeks, especially just coming off the back of attending the Southwest Planner Club event, which was my last vlog. So things are pretty chaotic over here, to say the least. And if you followed my last few shop updates, you will have seen that I say every time that I need to be more prepared for my shop updates. I even did a shop launch fail video earlier in the year with lessons that I learned, and one of the main things always comes down to having enough time to communicate with people in advance about what is actually being launched and what's going to be available. And I am pleased to say that this time I have made some improvements. Now, is it exactly where I want it to be? No, it isn't. It's still more last minute than I would like it to be. But I actually sat down and put together a 3-week content plan to try and get myself organised and get some clarity around having these two events really close together and what I was going to promote when, because obviously the easiest thing would be to have one main thing to promote at a time. So I haven't spoken that much about Super Seconds yet because I just want to focus on the launch for the next couple of days and then kind of shift the focus a little bit more to Super Seconds. And actually having written it down and have a plan has really, really helped me, because each day I can kind of look at the plan and I already know what I've got to post. So I've not got to sit there and panic and think, what can I post today? So if this works, then maybe I can do a future video about how I'm planning my content in advance and how I'm finding it. So let me know in the comments if that's something that would be useful to see. And this time, one of the things that I've done for both events is have a VIP wait list. You will have seen me setting up one of those in the last vlog. I've set up a VIP section of my email list for people who want early access to the shop, because for both events there's going to be limited items, and so having my most engaged shoppers sign up to be able to shop early and have that chance at snagging some of the more limited stuff is a method that I wanted to try. And to do that, I've been using Omnisend, who are sponsoring this next segment of the video. I've been using them since the middle of last year for my email marketing, and I've managed to stay consistent with it all that time. Omnisend handles all my email marketing, and for a big launch or two close together, it helps me get organized and also try and give that bit more of a VIP experience to the people who are most interested and engaged. So let me show you how I'm using it. So I've been working on writing out my emails and then getting them looking all beautiful and branded in Omnisend. Once I've actually written the copy, it's really quick to put the emails together with the drag and drop editor. I can also pull products directly from my Shopify catalog to promote specific things, and it makes it easier to then link through and customers can buy those items straight from the email. But the crucial part for how I'm managing these launches is the timing. So I have my email for the VIPs, and they're going to get exclusive access to shop from 9 a.m. So I select my audience for this email, and it's the September shop update waitlist segment. And then I can schedule the specific time that this email will go out. So this one is going at 9 a.m. to that VIP segment. Then I take a slightly different launch email that I've drafted for the main launch at 10 a.m. and I send that to my general list minus the VIPs who have already received their shop launch email. So I can take those out with just one click. And then I schedule that one for 10 a.m. So come Saturday morning, where my husband is actually going to be out and I am going to be on childcare as well as doing the shop launch, Omnisend is going to be handling all this behind the scenes. So if I'm wrapped up in mum duties, Omnisend's got it under control, and that is the kind of thing that I love. I've also been sending additional little sneak peeks to my VIP list in the run-up, and I'm hoping that makes them feel just that little bit more special, as these are the people who clearly are most excited about the collection. I'm hoping it helps build that excitement on the way to the launch. And I'm taking this exact same strategy and using it for Super Seconds Festival. So I can even have a look at the people who purchased something during Super Seconds Festival last year and pull them out into a specific segment, make them part of my VIPs, send them a dedicated email saying, you shopped in my second sale last year, it's coming up again. And it just makes the communication feel a lot more tailored and personal. And it's a great way to say thank you for shopping with me before. Honestly, using Omnisend has completely changed my mindset around launches and helped me feel a bit more in control of them, which I think you'll tell from my vlogs in the past that I don't always feel in control at the time of shop launches. It just takes a lot of the stress out of the communication side of things so that I can focus on being creative and having fun through those launches, which I hope then comes across to my audience instead of a big ball of stress or disappearing because I'm too busy doing the admin behind the scenes. So if you want to make your shop launches feel a lot more personal and fun and take a lot of the stress out of it, then I would highly recommend using Omnisend. You can give their free plan a try using the link in the description below, omnisend.com/Sunshine Lane, and their free plan remains free while you're building up your email list to over 250 subscribers, so it's amazing for small businesses. And if you happen to already have more than 250 subscribers, then I also have a discount code you can use in the description too. So make sure you go and check it out. Morning everybody, it is 4 minutes to the launch and I have done things a little bit differently this time around. So for the first time ever, I have set a password on the website. I don't normally like to do that method because if anyone wants to go to my website for any other reason, it's closed and I wouldn't want to miss a wholesale inquiry or some other kind of message or inquiry and it be a bit of a pain in the bum. However, I thought if I do it just before, then I can still manage the VIP shopping time, and it's only closed for an hour. So that's what I'm doing. And it's also amazing because it means I don't have to click everything live at 9 o'clock and then see if there's any problems, and then if there is a problem I'm scrambling to fix it. There's none of that because I've been able to put things live. And I did spot a problem with some of my t-shirts, and I was able to fix it before everything went live. So I much prefer this version. Now I can see there's 7 people waiting on the website, which probably doesn't sound a lot. However, I don't normally have 7 people waiting on my website when there's a launch. So I'm quite excited about that. I'm assuming they are VIPs. The homepage is all set up, and it basically says the website is closed while I prepare for the shop update. See you back here at 10. But if you're a VIP, enter your password above and you can gain access to your exclusive shopping hour. So I'm really, really happy about that. So it's 1 minute to go now. And then people will get their automatic email that I scheduled with Omnisend to go out at 9 o'clock with their password. So that is amazing. And in terms of my morning schedule, I've been out here this morning, but I need to go in just after 9 because my husband's going out to meet a friend. So I will then be on mum duty, but I will also be doing a last few social media jobs before 10 o'clock, before the live launch. So that shouldn't take me too long. I will do it on the sofa and I will just monitor that everything is okay. Oh, it's 9 o'clock. And then we'll see how the morning goes. And then as always, once everything goes live at 10 o'clock and I'm sure that everything is working okay, I will step away and distract myself and not keep refreshing and stressing, because that's my new strategy and it seems to work much better for me in terms of my mental well-being and also just to enjoy my weekend. So then we'll have playtime. Okay, that's weird. There's supposed to be 21 products in my new in section and yet I can see 19. So what's missing? Let's have a count up. So t-shirts, 1. There's only 1 t-shirt there. Goodness me. Right, t-shirts. Weirdo t-shirt, chapter t-shirt are missing. Why? They're tagged as new. Not published in any sales channels. Why? Well, that might help if I set it to actually be live on the online store. Let's check the new in page again. 21 products. Okay, I'm going to stop faffing. I'm going to go inside and make my presence known in the house. See you in a bit. I'm very excited because I've just had my first order. The camera wasn't on. Oh, thanks. The camera wasn't. Is it a box? Wah, wah. Camera wasn't on and it was the lovely Sarah who always places the first order every time I do a shop update. Thank you, darling. Sarah already shopped a lot of the new collection at Southwest Planner Club last week. I've got a giggling child here and so I was really surprised, but giggling. It was one of the caffeine and anxiety t-shirts, so thank you so much, Sarah. I'm going to go back to giggles. It's now live to, oh, Rosie and Jim's on. The shop update is now live to everyone. I've taken the password off and some people have some things in baskets, so I'm very excited. I'm just sharing.
Look, Mama's drawing.
What are you drawing?
Done.
You done it? Let's see. Whoa. So I've just got a few posts to make on Instagram and then it'll be chill time.
Mommy, let's do next drawing.
Are you doing some drawing? Nice song. I love it.
What's she doing? Put that Rosie and Jim on.
Put that Rosie and Jim on, okay.
Okay. Yep, Mummy.
Can I see? What are you drawing?
Boat.
Is it?
It's a boat.
It's a boat. It's beautiful.
Mommy, here you go.
What is it? Oh, is that your boat? It's beautiful. Okay, publish that. That's done. I got another one from Tammy, who's ordered the journaling kit and the 2 seasonal sticker sheets. So I'm very happy. Thank you, Tammy. Hi everyone. So I am back in the studio. It's after the weekend now, and I wanted to have a little bit of a chat to you about how the launch weekend went. But before I do that, I kind of wanted to have a little mum and business owner life heart to heart, because I have edited the video up to this point over the weekend, and I felt a little bit self-conscious watching the footage back of me trying to manage the launch and looking after my little girl. And I told myself, you're definitely going to have people judging you and judging your parenting and saying, look, you're not being there for your child and they're trying to get your attention and you're just working and blah blah. And I had to have a little chat with myself about that, and I could have just cut that footage out, but I thought to myself, it's actually quite funny to capture what a launch looks like now compared to how it used to be in my peaceful studio with nothing else to focus on, because this is the reality of how life has changed in a lovely way. I was even going to insert some footage before that came on, almost explaining myself, and maybe that's what I'm doing now, but I decided not to, and I wanted to keep the footage in because maybe you're sat at home trying to juggle all these things, feeling like other people have got all their stuff together and their lunches are really professional, and that your life just feels a little bit chaotic. But if that's the reality of your daily life, because you're juggling family life and work life or whatever it might be, it doesn't make it any less professional. It's just that you're managing your little world in a different way to other people, and that's totally fine. And so I just wanted to normalise it a bit, I guess, and just show the real behind the scenes, that sometimes it is a bit of a juggling act. And actually I felt like I stopped and gave her the attention whilst also coming back to work. And then the bit you don't see is after that we spent about 2-3 hours just playing together one-to-one, and it was really nice. People can just be quite judgmental, and so I think there's always that fear of criticism, especially when it's about something so personal like your parenting, because everyone chooses to parent in different ways. And so that is almost like a new little challenge that I've had to navigate with myself. I never show her face on camera, and sometimes I'll show her little feet or just her little hands doing something, or you can hear her voice in the background. But you see it from my side, and I try and share a little bit of that when it comes to the work-life balance, because that is a big part of what this channel's always been about, in terms of me managing my physical health and my chronic illnesses alongside running this business. And now there's a new element in the mix, so I do want to show a bit of it. Part of me feels like I'm sat here now giving a disclaimer because I feel self-conscious about my parenting, and honestly that probably is a big part of what it is. But I also did want to just show, like, if you're one of those people who assumes everyone else's home lives are calm and orderly and professional whilst yours is a little bit energetic, let's say, that everyone's probably having the same thoughts. And at the end of the day, people only show what they want you to see. They cut the bad bits out, don't they, and leave them on the floor. And I've always tried to show the downsides or the more tricky things on here and be honest with you, so I left it in, and I hope it was kind of funny to watch and made you smile. But anyway, enough waffling. I feel like I'm in court defending myself as a good mother. Let's talk about the shop update, because that's what you're really here for. You don't really care. So, firstly, I want to say a big thank you to everybody who supported the launch. Every launch, every order in between, I'm just so grateful for. It was so much fun seeing those first few orders come in. I don't think my little girl knew what on earth was going on when I kept going, ooh, when I heard the Shopify noise, and getting really excited and then grabbing the camera to talk to you. We got 5 lovely orders first thing on Saturday morning, and I was so happy. It was such like a rush of excitement, and those orders are already packed up and gone. I wanted to get them straight on their way to you, so hopefully you should have them. You should definitely have them by now. You're probably thinking, what about the rest of the weekend? And I don't want to gloss over it. I want to be kind of honest about it. After that initial excitement on the Saturday morning, things got a lot quieter over the rest of the weekend. But I think this can be the reality of a business that works by selling through different channels and different methods. So I kind of wanted to talk a bit about that as well, because a lot of my regular customers, the people who are showing up when things launch and they're there and they're excited, I saw the previous weekend at the Southwest Planner Club event, which I showed in my last vlog, and the collection launched there in person first. So I'd already had a lot of purchases of that new collection from the people that I would normally see ordering in those first day or two. So then it feels quite hard to gauge, because it feels like orders aren't coming through as quick as they normally do, and I start to panic a bit and I think, oh no, we'd normally have more orders by now. But when you've already sold however much the weekend before of it, it's not a kind of fair comparison to compare it to a shop update that's 100% online, if that makes sense. So it's almost like the online shop update was topping up those sales that we'd already had the weekend before. And then the other thing that I am keeping in mind is that Super Seconds Festival is right around the corner. It's this weekend coming, and it is my biggest sale event of the year. I have discounts of up to 80% because items are being discontinued or they have minor imperfections that, to be honest, most people receive and leave me reviews saying, I can't believe you discounted it because of this, it's barely noticeable. But as a business owner, if it's not perfect, I don't feel fair charging full price for something and one person gets a perfect item and one person doesn't. And I think I'm very, very picky with the items that I've designed and had manufactured. I think rightly so, because if you've paid for a product, you want to receive it in its best form. You don't want to receive it and then think it's lovely, but oh, it's got a bit of damage there, that's a shame. Like, that just takes away from the whole experience. But I also don't want waste. So I don't want this stuff cluttering up my studio like it has been. So I'm doing a massive studio clear out this week. I'm going to bring you along for some of that. And people who've shopped the festival before, either with me or with other shops, because there's always around 250 makers taking part each year. It's always one of those events where you got it in your calendar, you know that there's going to be huge discounts. Some things there may be only one or two of, so it's really like fastest finger first. So if you know you're going to be shopping the next week, does it make sense to just wait, and if you want any additional products, to add them on when you buy for Super Seconds? Because then you're saving on shipping, you're not paying shipping twice. So some of you may be being smart and holding off for shipping. I will also say that for anyone shopping my Super Seconds sale, during the weekend you can get 10% off any full priced items just to celebrate the festival by using the code Super Seconds. So if you've got your eye on any of the new goodies, why not shop them this weekend, the 4th and 5th of October. You can get 10% off with the code Super Seconds. And if you want a little preview and you haven't seen all the new goodies yet, I'm going to link them all in the products section underneath this video. I don't know what it's called, but you'll see them all linked there. So instead of worrying about a quiet Sunday, I'm actually taking it as my sign to pivot and start sharing as much as I can about the Super Seconds Festival and getting people excited for this weekend. So let's start sorting out the studio and see what we can find for you. I'm going to have to crouch. You will have seen in that footage that I set myself up with a little area so that I could get organised, and as I'm sorting stock, I can actually keep it organised so that when it comes to packing the items, I've not got to go back through everything and figure out what's a B grade, what's a C grade, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be easy to pick out the different design and then what type of item it is, if that makes sense, because, okay, I'm going to stand up now. There we go. I have more to say than my knees will withstand. So for some items in the same design, I might have end of line where I'm discontinuing it and there's nothing wrong with it. I might have similar designs that were samples that never made it to the shop in that form, and then I might have minor imperfections, a B grade, or something a bit more obvious which is hugely discounted, which is a C grade. So for each design I might have like 4 different categories, if that makes sense, and it's all made a lot clearer than that on the website when you shop it, but I just wanted to make it as clear as possible here so that I don't have to keep redoing that work. So let me show you what I've sorted so far. Okay, so the first thing you saw me doing was mugs and tumblers that I've put on the top up here, and we've got retro mugs, bookish mugs, got some of the new daily reminders, we've got some of the Lottie and Bluebell mugs, and then we've got 1 wildflower tumbler, 1 bookish tumbler, and some Believe tumblers. So tumblers I'm getting rid of completely, so the last of that stock will be going, and then with the mugs I just have a lot where there's minor imperfections, particularly from before when I was using my old mug press. The new one is a lot more reliable and I don't get many seconds, but the old one I was getting loads and loads of seconds, which is the reason I changed it. So we have all of those to get rid of. And then underneath we have these little cubby sections, and then I'm going to utilise the front of the table as well. So these are all individual stickers, as well as the last 4 of my sticker packs of the retro collection. Some of the stickers in here are already discontinued and don't exist anymore, so it's the last chance to get those. And then we have some stickers that are seconds, and then we have some that are just end of line. I want to clear them and make way for new designs because I'm running out of space. So these are all organised. Then we have sticker sheets, and this is really exciting, I think, because my journaling kits have sticker sheets in there that only exist in those kits, and I always have people asking me, oh, do you sell those separately? And I say, no, you can only get them within the kit, it's an exclusive to the kit. Well, we have loads of the bookish ones, which are the ones I get asked about the most, that are just slightly misaligned with the cuts, that I couldn't sell them as full price, but they're still perfectly lovely and usable. So I have this one, which is the bookish deco sticker sheet, and it says, there's no such thing as too many books. Currently reading. This is just a chapter, not the whole story. Book Trevor and do not disturb reading in progress. And then there's all these lovely little bookish designs and little doodles, and it's really, really cute. It coordinates with the rest of my bookish goodies as well. And then this is the one I get asked about the most, and this is a 30 book reading challenge sticker sheet. So there are 30 stickers on here with little prompts that say things like a book set more than 100 years ago, a book that some consider controversial, a book with a yellow cover, like loads of different things to try and encourage you to pick up books that you might not otherwise pick up and read, because we tend to gravitate to the same types of things. And it's almost like a fun little treasure hunt to find the books, and then with these stickers, they're printed on a sticker paper that you can colour in. So you can colour in the books once you have read those and keep a track of what they were, and it's really, really cute. And they're just slightly misaligned on the cuts, and I have 3 or 4 of those. Okay, cubby number 2. We have my last 3 pocket mirrors. I'm not going to be doing mirrors anymore. I'm trying to scale back the range of product types that I have. And so mirrors is going to be one to go. So we have this design, which is the look how far you've come. I've only got one of these. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just the last one. Look how far you've come. And it's got a double mirror inside. One's normal and one's like a magnifying mirror. And then the same with this design. I've got 2. So be your own kind of beautiful, and that is this design. So they're really, really cute little gifts. They come boxed. They're in perfect condition. They just need to leave the studio now. So they are going. I have started doing bookmarks in the shop, traditional bookmarks, and I want to get rid of these old style of magnetic bookmarks that I did as a one-off. So some of them are slightly faded, and they'll be more significantly reduced, but they just need to go. Then I have a small amount of coasters with minor imperfections. We've got some retro ones, some Lottie and Bluebell ones, a little froggy one. Like, there's just odds of one design. Ooh, this is full of ceramic ornaments. These I'm also stopping doing because they produce so many seconds, and it just therefore makes it really costly to actually produce by the time you've taken this into account. This was the only ornament in my shop for a long time, and like, that's a B grade, for example, because there's a bit of fading down here, but like, I don't even think the camera's really picking it up, and it'll come with its pink ribbon on. That'll be attached before it goes out. I also did a whole range of samples of other designs that never ever made it to the shop, because I then decided I've had enough of ceramic ornaments and I don't want to do them. So these are one-offs. So we've got Home is Where Love and Laughter Bloom. We've got this Christmas decoration, Don't Get Your Tinsel in a Tangle. The final design was very different to that. That was just an experiment. We've got a Keep Rolling. We've got a Your Pawsome. The classic One Day at a Time. Strut Your Stuff. You Can Start Writing a New Story at Any Time. Rest is Best. Rainy Days Won't Last Forever. Sunny Days and Happy Hearts, and Life is an Adventure. So a fun thing I think about this sale as well is you can get one-offs that no one else has from makers, and that's really cool to know that you've got something that literally isn't available anywhere else. And then these are all Christmas decorations. Because I'm not doing ceramic ornaments, I'm not going to do ceramic Christmas decorations this year, and so the rest of them are just reduced to clear. There's nothing wrong with them. Again, they all come boxed. So I've got 2 designs left. We've got this one, which is the candy cane. Together is the best place to be. Super cute. And again, they come in their little box. And then this was last year's, which is Don't Get Your Tinsel in a Tangle. So this is how the final design turned out. So again, it's on a heart-shaped decoration, and it's got the little quote and the little tinsel decorations. So they will be reduced to clear. You can start shopping for Christmas early. Cubby number 3, we have key rings. Now, I had some wooden key rings manufactured this year, and their first batch didn't come as expected, and they ended up redoing the whole thing. So I have around 75 of 3 different designs that I'm not selling at full price, and these are going to be really, really discounted to clear them out of the studio because I want them to have happy homes. So we have the You Are So Loved keyring. Like, these would make such beautiful gifts. You Are So Loved. We have the little watering can house, Home is Where Love and Laughter Bloom. And then we have Lottie and Bluebell on their bike ride for Life is an Adventure. So we have all of those. We have some of these key rings that are just reduced because the size is slightly smaller now, and these are just the last few of the bigger size. Then we do have a few with minor imperfections, as well as these little wristlet key rings that I did a while ago and I don't do anymore, and these are the last of them. So this one says Bloom Every Day, and this is the same print actually as on the Habit Tracker notepad that I released recently. And then we have the Daisy design, Let's Do This. I have 4 t-shirts that are going into the sale as samples. So one of them was ordered for me, and I ordered the wrong t-shirt type by mistake, and the other 3 were initial samples I got, and then I made the design smaller. So if you watched my vlog where I initially got the t-shirts and opened them, like this for example is the Proud to Be a Weirdo one, and I said I wasn't sure about the size of the design, and I've now shrunk it so it's smaller in the middle. So the original is going up as a sample, and it'll probably be 50% off. So rather than £25, it will be £12.50. I think, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that's what I'm pricing them at. Same with this one, Fueled by Caffeine and Anxiety. And then this one, which is the brand new, well, they're all brand new, One More Chapter design. So these 3 t-shirts launched last weekend. So if you want one of the brand new designs, but slightly bigger, you can get those. They'll all be size large, and the listings will have the measurements on, so you can properly measure to see if it'll be the right fit for you. And then the last one, which I haven't ironed, and like I said, I ordered the wrong t-shirt type. I thought it was the unisex one, but I ordered the women's fit, so it's a more snug fit. So again, check the measurements, because like a large in this one and a large in those, they do measure different. But this is a medium in the Appreciate the Little Things design. You can see the design there, and as you can see, like, it's a shorter t-shirt. It's a lot more of a slimmer fit rather than an oversized boxy fit. So yeah, I'll be selling this one as well, so it's a good chance to get some wearable designs at a really low price compared to what they would cost full price. Okay, so let's look at what we haven't yet sorted through. Okay, we have baseball caps. We have a sample one in the sand colour, and then we have about 4, I think, left of the design that made it to the shop, the Wild and Free, and these I'm discontinuing, so they will be reduced and you can get them at a bargain price. We have a bunch of tote bags back here, some of them with just minor imperfections. For example, this Strut Your Stuff design has a small mark down here. It may well be sponge cleanable. It could be something like that. These ones, for example, that need pressing, I don't know if it's even going to show up on camera, but on the pink there are some very faint white lines through the pink. You can just about see it. So I wasn't happy to have those sold at full price. So yeah, they need pressing, and so as you can see, it's all quite small. We've got a few of the limited edition mini pouches that have just like a faint border around here in the place that I pressed them. It's very hard to really pick up, but again, I'm a perfectionist. I have a few rolls of this highlighter washi tape that I previously put in some gift bundles with some of the bookish goodies, so you can put it over the text in your book and highlight different sections. So I'll be popping those up just as individual listings, because they don't need to just live in a drawer in my studio. And then the really big job is my pins. I have had a few mishaps with pin manufacturers this year. A lot of these in here are end of line items. They're old versions of designs where they've been updated this year, and these are the last few, so they will be reduced to clear. And then most of this is seconds pins, which is absolutely ridiculous. I tried a new manufacturer this year and it did not go well. Let's say that. The pins that were correct were gorgeous. Unfortunately, we went through quite a few runs where they weren't, and so I have changed back to my old manufacturer. I think I said that in last week's vlog, that it costs me a lot more and I make a lot less, but ultimately I don't want to be left with all this wasted and have to try and negotiate things being redone every time. But some designs, like there's literally 1 or 2, some there's quite a lot, so I need to sort through. A lot of them are minor imperfections. Like I said, they will be separated out and you'll be able to see examples of what would be classed as a B grade and a C grade, so you can be clear what you're buying and for what price. Then we have a few of the mouse mats. We have the Be a Wildflower design, like there's a part here where the tape stuck to the mouse mat and the colour didn't go on. What's up with this one? I can't even see it. I think with this one it moved and there's some slight shadowing. Yeah, like down here there's like a second little shadow where there shouldn't be, but you wouldn't necessarily know that. And mouse mats is something I'm also thinking of discontinuing, so I'm going to have a look around for any of my bookish ones and any more wildflower ones and put those in the clearance sale. So to bring you over to where I keep my stock, all of these shelves that are a lot emptier here, they were all full of this stock, plus this big box down here, and so that's cleared up a lot of space. But there are some more things. So this pile here, this is all greetings cards, and when I launched greetings cards earlier this year, I actually went through a couple of material types before I was happy with the main one that I ended up with. So for example, my wildflower cards, where are they? Here. I originally had them printed on this hammered cardstock, and when they all came, these were the only ones that were on a different cardstock, and I didn't like that they were so different, and the illustration just popped on the other ones in a different way, so I got them all redone. So these are the only wildflower cards on a hammered card stock, and I put them to one side thinking, oh, I'll sell them in Super Seconds at some point. So these are normally £2.50 for my cards, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to do them for £1. I might also do some bundles. I don't know whether to do mystery bundles for cards. Let me know in the description below, like, would you buy mystery bundles for cards, or should I just list them all individually because you want to be able to pick? Like, I don't know what to do about that yet, but I've got to sort through all of these. There are some that I experimented with card clasp stickers, and I've decided to do away with them now, because when you peel them, sometimes it leaves a little shadow of the glue, even though I spent so long researching ones to get that wouldn't do this. So some of them have like a tiny little shadow where the sticker has been, and then some have really minor misalignment or little marks or roller marks, like this one, the weirdo design. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see, there's like a tiny little roller mark shadow across the bottom, and so I am reducing them all. I did then, because of this issue and the fact that I was getting a lot of seconds, switch to using a different manufacturer that have been absolutely fantastic. When I did that, I changed my cardstock again, so I now have 5 massive containers of cards on the old cardstock, and I think I'm probably going to use this as an opportunity to shift a lot of those so that I can move to the new cardstock. I just prefer it, and I would like everything to be consistent so that when you buy a card from me, you know what you're getting, instead of this in between of, have we got that design in the old stock, sell that off first, oh no, let's move to the new stock. Like, I don't like working like that, it feels messy. So for example, I found 2 matching ones. This is the original. I've just picked out my little I Find You So Ribbiting design, and it's on a true cardstock, which is glossy on the outside. It has like a sheen to it, and then it's matte on the inside so that you can write on it easier. And what I found was they were all coming scuffed and marked really easily, and I was getting a lot of seconds. So I swapped and tried out a lot of different boards with my new manufacturer, and this is the one I've gone with. It's got a slight texture to it, which is really, really lovely. You can see, I don't know, it makes it feel a bit more expensive to me. They've all got this slight texture. You can see like there's more depth to the printing. I don't know if it's going to show here, but like the black line art comes out almost like with a bit of a sheen to it, and then the colour inside. And I just so prefer for the long term this new one. But yeah, I've got 5 huge boxes of these, so they're all perfect condition. I don't know whether to do mystery boxes of them because all the cards work for lots of different occasions, or just because cards. It's not, but they're specific ones that say happy birthday, happy anniversary, you're 2, or whatever it might be. So let me know your thoughts on that down below, because I would love to be able to just hold a stock of these in, know this is what customers are getting, and be a lot more organised. But this is what happens when you try out a new type of product and you're learning as you go. Ordering paper products is a minefield. And then I was going to say finally, but it's not. All of this on here is art prints in various sizes. Originally I did 6 sizes, then I pared it back to 3, and I've decided that art prints is something that I am going to do print on demand for. It's not something I want to hold a big stock of here. I don't sell loads of art prints, and when I do, people tend to want larger formats that I can't print in-house anyway. And so for the last few months, I've kind of been doing it half and half, where anything A4 and under, I do. Anything A3 and above, I do print on demand. And I think it might just be easier to offer prints on print on demand, have those orders go straight through and be printed and shipped elsewhere, and not hold a stock of these in-house. I feel weird about it, but again, in the interest of paring down the amount of different types of products that I have here, like I just want to focus on the best sellers. So I have so many gorgeous prints that are going to need to go to new homes. And then the last thing is, I keep forgetting that I haven't even started on the paper stationery. So the notepads, the journals, they are all in-house. They don't live out here. Again, I had a new manufacturer experiment this year that wasn't successful. So I have boxes of seconds, notepads, planner pads, to-do list pads, reading journals, all sorts of stuff in there. And then there are also a few lines that I'm discontinuing. So I have some retro notepads and notebooks that are going. I have an old daily planner design that will be going. So yeah, we just need to make a bit of space, because then I want to do a really exciting reorganisation of the office and actually swap all the furniture around. And I've got some really exciting things planned, but I need room. So please help me, please buy some of this stuff so that I don't have to put it back on the shelves, because that's going to be a really sad day. I don't think that's going to happen, but obviously you're not going to sell out of everything that you've got, but I would like to shift a significant amount of stuff, because like, it's seriously good bargains to be had, and especially as we're getting closer to Christmas, dare I say, it's a really good opportunity to get gifts for people at like a significantly discounted price. So make sure you check out what I have got on sale, but also what the other makers have on sale too. And I'm going to go and sit down and I'll have a quick chat to you about how to shop the sale. But I need to rest my weary legs. Now, there may well be more treasures that I find before Saturday, so make sure you are following me over on Instagram. I'm sharing things every day over there, and also on my email list. Do I need to say it again? We got to get on that VIP list. So same as I did for the shop update, VIPs will get a chance to shop all these lovely goodies an hour before it goes live to the general sale. And it's kind of my way of being able to thank the people that follow me as well, and let you have first dibs over the people that come through the sale that might not have heard from me before. And that sounds a bit harsh now I'm saying it now, because all sales are appreciated obviously, but just as my way of saying thank you for supporting me, I wanted to give my followers the first pick. So from 9 till 10, if you're on that VIP email list, which you need to make sure you sign up, even if you're on my general email list, sign up to it. You'll get the password to get into the website and shop an hour before. Those things where I've only got ones and twos of things will disappear. So it's a really good opportunity to get some bargains and some lovely goodies. I have a lot of counting and organising still to do, and then obviously making sure I've got all my website listings done, all my photos where I can show you what a minor imperfection might look like and so on. And then I am excited to announce that for the Super Second Sale, I am reopening shipping to the USA and to the EU and Northern Ireland. Brackets, but not Germany and France, I'm really sorry, at the moment, just because they have additional packaging regulations and things that I need to look into. But for everyone else, shipping should be back up and running every night. I am sitting down after my little girl has gone to bed, and I am working on it, trying to figure out how to jump through all these hoops and get it back up. I think I'm there with US shipping, although I don't feel 100% confident, just because, you know, you worry, have you done it right, and have you done all the things, and is everything going to go through as I intended it to? And then EU, there's a lot more hurdles to jump through, but I've appointed a responsible person and I'm working on all of the other requirements. I've paid my nice fee for that, and I want to get it back up and running by the weekend. And also in general, because it's been having a really big impact on my business financially, I have to say. It's not great. So I said to myself I wanted to get it up by Super Seconds, and this year for Super Seconds Festival there's going to be a filter on their website so that if you are in one of those countries, you can filter by shops that deliver to your country or not, because obviously that is all a bit more complex this year with the changes that have come out in the last 12 months. And so, because I've set that deadline and said, yes, put me in the category that I can ship worldwide, we now have a firm deadline that I need to meet. So, it might well be a hectic week, but we're going to get there. If you would be interested in a video on breaking down what have been the stumbling blocks, why I chose to turn off my shipping to those locations, and breaking down my experience and my understanding of the requirements you need to meet, how I found navigating that, what I've put in place, etc. Obviously it will need to be taken as my experience, not like a guide to follow. I'm not a legal expert, but in terms of my experience of some of the complexities I've come across and some of the things that I think are quite tricky to get answers to, because there's a lot of general vague guidance out there, but that doesn't necessarily take into account small businesses or the complexities of your individual business, your individual circumstances. So yeah, if you're interested in a video on that, let me know in the comments. I don't know if it would be a bit dry or if actually it's something people would really appreciate. So let me know. And I am going to get back to counting stock and organising and getting ready for Super Seconds. So I hope to see you there. I feel like I'm running the RSPCA or something. I'm like, please give loving homes to my poor stock that has been sat on a dusty shelf, not getting any love. Please rehome it for me. And I'll see you back here next week where hopefully I'll be able to tell you that that has been the case. So take care until then. I'll see you very soon. Bye everyone.